Tom was a middle-aged man, making his way home after a long, exhausting day. The burdens and stress of life were etched clearly on his face. 3 months ago, Tom had lost his job, and since then, he hadn't been able to find another. Bills were piling up, rent was overdue, and his family was relying on the meager income he earned from odd jobs. Tom felt powerless, as though life had turned its back on him. The evening sky was painted with the soft hues of a fading sunset, casting a pale orange glow over the horizon. Tom drove his old, beat-up car, its gas tank nearly empty with just enough fuel for a few more miles. He decided to pull into a small gas station along the road, hoping to use the last of his spare change to buy a little more fuel. Standing next to the gas pump, Tom checked his wallet. Inside, he found only a handful of coins and a few crumpled receipts. He sighed deeply, his gaze wandering to the cars passing by on the road. Just then, a sleek black Tesla pulled into the station, immediately catching Tom's attention. He wondered who the driver could be and couldn't help but feel the stark contrast between his life and the lives of the wealthy. The driver stepped out, dressed simply in a plain shirt and jeans, exuding no sense of extravagance. But what struck Tom was the man's identity. It was Elon Musk. Tom couldn't believe his eyes. The world-renowned billionaire, the mastermind behind countless groundbreaking technological achievements, had appeared at this modest gas station. Elon looked around the station, his eyes eventually landing on Tom. He noticed the worry and fatigue etched on the man's face. With a friendly smile, Elon approached him and asked, "Are you okay? You seem to be having a rough day." Tom, taken aback at first, managed a faint smile in return. "Just not the best of days. That's all." Elon nodded, sensing the sincerity and sorrow in Tom's voice. His gaze shifted to Tom's worn-out car and nearly empty wallet. After a moment, Elon said unexpectedly, "Let me fill up your tank for you. How about that?" At first, Tom hesitated, feeling awkward about accepting help. But Elon's genuine kindness convinced him to accept the offer. Elon pulled out his credit card and paid to fill Tom's tank. As the gas pump clicked to a stop, Tom looked at him with eyes full of gratitude, still unable to believe he was receiving help from one of the richest men in the world. After filling up the tank, Elon looked at Tom and offered, "I have a little free time. Would you like to grab a coffee and chat for a bit?" Tom, though surprised by the invitation, had no reason to decline. He thought, "I might never get another chance to meet him again." So, they both headed to a small cafe near the gas station. At the cafe, they sat across from each other. Elon began asking about Tom's life. At first, Tom felt hesitant to share his struggles, but Elon's sincere gaze encouraged him to open up. Tom recounted how he had worked at an automotive parts manufacturing company for 15 years, but due to market changes, the company had shut down, and he lost his job. Since then, he had been scrambling to find a new job, but without success. He had to sell many of his valuable belongings just to make ends meet. Elon listened intently, his eyes reflecting genuine empathy. He understood the feelings of loss and hardship Tom was enduring. Elon himself had faced numerous failures before achieving his current success. He could sense a flicker of hope in Tom's voice, a man trying his best not to succumb to his circumstances. When Tom finished speaking, Elon remained silent for a moment before saying, "I think you have a lot of potential. Life can be incredibly tough sometimes, but I believe everyone deserves a second chance." Tom looked up at Elon, his eyes filled with curiosity and hope. Elon smiled warmly and continued, "I want to help you find a new opportunity." Elon decided to invite Tom to Tesla's office for further discussions. He believed that Tom possessed valuable qualities worth encouraging and nurturing. Handing Tom his business card, Elon asked him to visit the office the next day. Tom couldn't believe what he was hearing. It felt like a dream unfolding before him. The idea of an opportunity to work at Tesla, something he had never dared to imagine, was now within reach. Holding the business card with trembling hands, he repeatedly thanked Elon for his kindness and trust. The next day, Tom arrived at Tesla's office feeling both nervous and excited. He had no idea what to expect, but deep down, he felt a surge of hope and anticipation. After months of despair and failure, this could be the turning point he had been longing for. Elon warmly welcomed Tom and gave him a tour of the office. The dynamic and energetic atmosphere at Tesla amazed Tom and made him feel small in comparison. Yet, at the same time, it ignited something within him, a spark of motivation, as if a new flame had been lit in his heart. After showing Tom around, Elon took the time to learn more about his skills and experience. Tom shared details about his previous job, his involvement in improving production processes, and his small initiatives that helped save costs for the company. Elon quickly realized that Tom had significant potential and practical skills. He just hadn't had the right environment to showcase them. After their conversation, Elon decided to give Tom an opportunity to work at Tesla, starting with a position that matched his manufacturing background. He informed Tom that he would begin in a production support role, a position that wasn't high-ranking but offered room to learn and grow. Tom couldn't believe his ears. Tears streamed down his face. He never imagined that a chance meeting at a gas station could so drastically change his life. Placing a reassuring hand on Tom's shoulder, Elon said, "There will be challenges ahead, but I believe you can overcome them. The most important thing is that you don't give up." Tom nodded, his heart filled with gratitude and determination. This marked the day his life began to turn around. A new chapter filled with hope was opening before him. Tom left the office with a signed job contract and a renewed sense of purpose. He knew the road ahead wouldn't be easy, but at least now, he had a chance to rise again and fight for his future. A future he could be proud of and one that would serve as a foundation of strength for his family. Tom's first day at Tesla was a truly special experience. He arrived earlier than the scheduled start time to mentally prepare himself and take in the vast and modern campus of the company. The cutting-edge facilities, dynamic atmosphere, and bustling sounds of the engineering teams filled him with both excitement and a touch of nervousness. Previously, Tom had only worked in an old, rundown factory. Now he found himself in a professional environment where the most advanced technologies were being developed. Tom was assigned a manager named Mike, a veteran engineer who had been with Tesla for over a decade. Mike appeared stern and reserved but was thorough and clear in his instructions. During his first days, Tom was tasked with familiarizing himself with the production process and assisting with simple tasks, such as inspecting components and supporting the assembly team. Even though his responsibilities were small, Tom quickly realized the importance of his role within the team. He was taught how to handle complex machinery, monitor product quality, and collaborate with his colleagues. Each workday brought new lessons, and gradually, Tom began to feel like a part of the Tesla family. However, alongside the excitement of learning and working, Tom also faced significant challenges. The professionalism and pace of his colleagues left him feeling overwhelmed at times. There were moments when he struggled to understand certain technical issues, which made him feel insecure. A few colleagues initially kept their distance and looked down on him, dismissing him as an inexperienced newcomer. The whispers and judgmental glances created a sense of pressure and fatigue for Tom on more than one occasion. After about 2 weeks of working at Tesla, Tom began to truly feel the pressures and challenges of his new job. The work required not only technical knowledge but also sharpness and speed. Some evenings, Tom returned home with aching hands and a stressed mind, feeling as though he couldn't keep going. He would sit in the living room, staring at the bills piled up on the table, wondering if he could endure the demands of the job. Tom's family also noticed the changes in him. His wife, Maria, saw how increasingly exhausted he became. Despite her concern, Maria continued to support Tom, constantly encouraging and motivating him to persevere. Every evening, she prepared delicious meals for him, hoping he could regain his strength after a long day of work. There were moments when Tom thought about giving up. He felt he couldn't measure up to his younger colleagues, who were brimming with energy and technical expertise. One day, While working, Tom accidentally damaged a small component during the production process. He panicked and felt deeply ashamed upon realizing his mistake. Mike, his manager, looked at him with a stern expression and simply said, "Mistakes are part of the job, but what matters is how you fix them and learn from them." Mike's words resonated deeply with Tom. He realized that mistakes were inevitable, but the key was to rise after every stumble. Tom resolved within himself that he wouldn't give up and would do his utmost to prove that Elon Musk was right to place his trust in him. One day, after work, Elon Musk unexpectedly appeared at the production floor. He wanted to check in on Tom and see how he was adapting to his new role. Elon inquired about Tom's situation, asking about the challenges he was facing. Tom didn't hold back. He shared openly about the pressures, the mistakes he had made, and his worries about adjusting to the new environment. Elon smiled, sat down beside Tom, and spoke to him sincerely. He recounted his own failures, from the early days of his entrepreneurial journey to moments when it seemed like SpaceX or Tesla might collapse. Elon said, "No one succeeds without encountering failures. What matters is what we learn from those failures and how we get back up." Elon's words filled Tom with a powerful sense of inspiration. He realized that even Elon Musk, the most successful person he had ever known, had stumbled and faced failure. This insight gave him renewed motivation to overcome his own challenges. Elon advised Tom to see each workday as an opportunity to learn and grow, rather than worrying about what he hadn't yet accomplished. The conversation with Elon ignited a new fire within Tom. He understood that failure was simply a part of life and that the key was to never give up. Tom decided to keep pushing forward, to learn from his mistakes, and not let obstacles bring him down. He realized that his efforts weren't just about supporting his family but also about proving to himself that he could overcome any challenge. After meeting with Elon Musk, Tom began to feel more confident in his work. He no longer feared making mistakes but saw them as opportunities to learn. This shift in perspective gradually changed how those around him viewed him. Tom was no longer the quiet, anxious man he used to be but had become an enthusiastic individual ready to take on any challenge. One of Tom's colleagues, Sarah, started noticing his transformation. Sarah, a young, intelligent, and energetic engineer, had been working at Tesla for 3 years and was one of the standout members of the team. Seeing Tom's continuous effort, Sarah decided to support him more. She spent time explaining technical issues he didn't fully understand and shared tips and insights from her own experience. A friendship between Tom and Sarah gradually blossomed. They worked together, tackling challenges as a team. On some evenings, after work, they would sit down for coffee and chat about projects and life. Sarah's encouragement made Tom feel like he wasn't alone on his journey. Mike, their manager, also noticed Tom's change. He realized that Tom was not only determined but also highly responsible. Mike began assigning Tom more complex tasks, and Tom always strove to complete them to the best of his ability. Mike's trust further boosted Tom's confidence and determination. Outside of work, Tom's life also started to improve. He came home each day with a smile on his face, no longer burdened by exhaustion and stress. Maria, his wife, noticed this change and felt immensely happy. She knew that Tom was finding himself again, and she stood by him, offering her unwavering support and encouragement. Tom realized that the most important thing in life isn't where you are but where you're headed. He knew he still had a lot to learn, but now he had the confidence and determination to face any challenge. With the help of Elon Musk, Sarah, and those around him, Tom believed he would continue to grow, not just professionally but personally as well. Tom's life was gradually becoming more stable and comfortable as he started to feel confident in his new job at Tesla. However, it wasn't long before a significant challenge arose. A challenge that would push Tom to his limits and require him to prove his true capabilities. One day, Mike called Tom into his office and assigned him a special project. It was an experimental task aimed at improving the factory's robotic assembly system to optimize productivity and minimize error rates. Tom was momentarily taken aback upon hearing about this assignment. He knew it was an excellent opportunity to demonstrate his value. But he also felt an overwhelming weight of pressure. This was the first project where he was given primary responsibility. No longer just a supporting role. All eyes would be on him, and Tom questioned whether he was up to the task. In the first few days of working on the project, Tom was nearly overwhelmed by the immense workload and high technical demands. He had to familiarize himself with the current assembly processes, analyze performance data, and develop optimization solutions. Each day, Tom worked from early morning until late at night, striving to learn from his colleagues, study additional resources, and find the best solutions to the issues at hand. Sarah, his colleague and friend, noticed Tom's stress and decided to help him. She spent time after work with Tom, analyzing data and brainstorming improvement ideas. "You can do this," Sarah encouraged him constantly. Her support gave Tom much-needed confidence. He realized that he wasn't alone, that there were people willing to stand by his side and help him overcome any challenge. After weeks of tireless work, Tom finally developed a detailed improvement plan for the assembly system. He presented this plan to Mike and other leaders in an important meeting. Standing in front of everyone, Tom felt his heart pounding. But he was ready. Tom began his presentation, clearly outlining the current issues and his proposed solutions to improve efficiency. He had prepared thoroughly and was confident in what he was presenting. Mike watched Tom with a serious yet encouraging gaze, as if silently urging him to continue. When the presentation ended, the room fell silent for a few seconds. Tom held his breath, feeling the tension. Then, Mike smiled and said, "I'm very impressed with your work, Tom. This is truly a feasible plan." Mike's praise felt like an official acknowledgement of Tom's abilities. A profound sense of happiness filled Tom's heart, like a flame igniting all the long nights and pressures he had endured. With the plan approved, Tom and his team began implementing the project. He directed the workers in reconfiguring the assembly system according to his plan. Throughout the process, Tom encountered numerous unforeseen challenges he had never faced before. But instead of panicking, he calmly tackled each problem one at a time, learning from his colleagues and applying newly acquired knowledge in practical ways. In the end, the improved system exceeded expectations. Error rates dropped significantly, and production efficiency increased noticeably. The results left not only Mike but also the entire Tesla team highly satisfied. Tom earned recognition not just from Mike but also from colleagues who had previously underestimated him. They began to see Tom in a new light, not as an inexperienced newcomer but as a vital member of the team. After the success of his first project, Tom felt as though he had overcome a significant barrier in his life. He no longer felt insecure or doubted himself. The recognition from Mike and his colleagues brought him confidence and pride. Tom began receiving more important assignments and gradually became an indispensable part of Tesla's production team. Tom no longer feared making mistakes. Instead, he saw each mistake as an opportunity to learn and grow. He continuously improved his skills, learned from his colleagues, and sought ways to better himself. He participated in company training programs, studied new technologies, and worked to incorporate them into his tasks. Tom's transformation not only led to great results at work, but also positively impacted his personal life. His family, especially his wife, Maria, was overjoyed to see him become more confident and cheerful. Every evening, when Tom returned home, he shared stories with Maria about the achievements and challenges he had faced. Maria couldn't hide her pride in her husband. She knew that his determination and effort had given him a new life, far removed from the days of exhaustion and despair. Tom also began dedicating time to helping new colleagues who had just joined the company. Much like how Sarah and Mike had supported him in his early days, he shared his experiences, the failures he had endured, and how he had overcome them. Tom understood that a well-timed word of encouragement could change someone's life, just as Elon Musk's support had transformed his own. With a stable job at Tesla, Tom's family life gradually improved. The debts that once kept him awake at night were now fully paid off. He no longer worried about rent or utility bills. Tom's family began to breathe easier, free from the financial burdens that had once weighed them down. Maria, Tom's wife, decided to reopen her small bakery, which she had been forced to close previously due to insufficient funds. With Tom's support, she was able to purchase the necessary supplies, upgrade the shop, and attract new customers. The bakery not only provided additional income for the family, but also brought Maria joy and a sense of pride. Tom also devoted more time to his children. In the past, work pressures and life's challenges often left him with little time for his family, a fact that had always filled him with guilt. But now, he could take his kids out to play, help them with their homework, and go on family outings during the weekends. Laughter echoed through their small home, and Tom felt a genuine sense of happiness. One evening, as the family sat together for dinner, Maria looked at Tom and said, "I'm truly proud of you, Tom. You've not only overcome so many challenges, but also given our family a better life." Tom looked at Maria, his eyes welling with emotion. He knew that everything he did was not just for himself but for his family, the people he loved the most. Tom realized that his journey at Tesla was not just about earning a living. It was about creating a brighter future for his family. His efforts and perseverance had paid off. Seeing the happy faces of his wife and children, Tom felt that all the hardships and challenges he had endured were completely worth it. He knew he was on the right path, and the future ahead was filled with promise and hope. One Monday morning, as Tom stepped into the production floor, he received an unexpected announcement. Elon Musk would be visiting and working with the team at the factory. The news sparked excitement and anticipation among everyone in the plant. For Tom, it was a particularly special feeling. He was about to meet Elon Musk again, the man who had given him the opportunity to transform his life. And he had so much he wanted to say to him. By mid-morning, Elon Musk arrived at the factory, dressed simply in a white shirt and jeans, just like the first time Tom had met him. With his approachable demeanor and warm smile, Elon entered the production area, shaking hands with everyone and asking about their work. He paid attention to every detail, from the assembly process to the team's ideas for improvements. When Elon approached the area where Tom was working, he paused, looked at Tom with a kind expression, and asked, "Tom, how are you? Is everything going well?" Tom couldn't hide his joy at seeing Elon again. Smiling, he replied, "Thank you, Elon. I've settled into my job and am truly happy to contribute to the company." Elon invited Tom to sit down in a quiet corner to talk. Tom shared with Elon the changes in his life, how he had regained his confidence, his work at Tesla, and the challenging moments he had overcome. He also spoke about his family, Maria and the kids, and how having a stable job had brought happiness to their home. Elon listened intently, his eyes reflecting pride. When Tom finished his story, Elon gently said, "You know, I only helped open the door for you. You're the one who decided to walk through it and work hard to achieve success. I'm truly proud of you, Tom." Tom couldn't hold back his emotions, his eyes welling up with tears. He knew that meeting Elon Musk had been not only a turning point in his life but also a tremendous source of motivation to keep striving. Tom thanked Elon for believing in him and for giving him an opportunity he never thought he would have. After meeting Elon Musk, Tom felt energized and determined. He continued to work hard, excelled in the tasks assigned to him, and never stopped learning. A few months later, Tom received exciting news from Mike. He would be part of a major SpaceX project, one of the company's most critical initiatives. This project involved improving the rocket assembly system at SpaceX's factory. For Tom, it was an entirely new challenge that required him to acquire technical and technological knowledge he had never encountered before. At the same time, he felt excited and honored to contribute to such a significant endeavor. Tom was transferred to the SpaceX factory, where everything moved at a rapid pace and demanded absolute precision. Each day, he worked alongside top engineers, learning how to assemble and inspect rocket components. He felt like a rookie again, constantly learning and adapting to the rigorous demands of the project. One of the engineers Tom worked with was Jacob, a seasoned expert in aerospace engineering. At first, Jacob was strict with Tom, but after observing his enthusiasm and dedication, he gradually opened up and willingly mentored him. Jacob not only taught Tom the necessary techniques but also shared valuable insights and lessons he had gained over his years at SpaceX. During the project, Tom faced significant pressure. Working on a space project where even the smallest error could lead to catastrophe was daunting. However, whenever he felt overwhelmed, Tom remembered Elon's words, "No one succeeds without experiencing failure. What matters is what we learn from those failures." These words became a source of encouragement, pushing Tom to keep striving and never give up. After months of hard work and continuous learning, Tom gradually became well-versed in the complex processes and techniques of the SpaceX project. He was no longer just an apprentice but had grown into an integral member of the team. His efforts and dedication were recognized not only by Jacob but also by the entire SpaceX team. One day, Mike called Tom into his office and announced that he would be promoted to project team leader. Tom couldn't believe his ears. He had gone from being unemployed and despairing to holding a key position in a SpaceX space project. This was the result of all his hard work, perseverance, and relentless determination. Tom embraced his new role, full of responsibilities. He was tasked with not only ensuring the project stayed on schedule but also managing the team, delegating tasks, and addressing any issues that arose. It was a significant challenge, but Tom was ready to face it. He no longer felt fear as he once did. Instead, he was filled with determination and confidence. Tom also realized that his role wasn't just about being a technical leader but also about being a source of inspiration for the team. He remembered his early days at Tesla, the struggles he faced, and how Elon, Sarah, and Mike had helped him. Now, he wanted to be the one who supported and inspired younger colleagues, helping them overcome challenges and believe in their abilities. Tom took the time to listen to his team's concerns, share his experiences, and impart the lessons he had learned. He consistently reminded everyone that making mistakes was nothing to fear. What mattered was learning from those mistakes and moving forward. Tom's sincerity and enthusiasm earned the trust and respect of his team, making him not just a leader but also a mentor and role model. Everything was progressing smoothly until suddenly, the project faced a major crisis. A critical component of the rocket assembly system malfunctioned, causing a halt in the project's progress. This was a serious issue that, if not resolved promptly, could have significant consequences for the entire rocket launch schedule. Tom felt the immense pressure weighing heavily on his shoulders. As the team leader, he knew it was his responsibility to address the problem. Sleepless nights returned as Tom sat at his desk, analyzing data, identifying the root cause, and devising solutions. He didn't hesitate to seek assistance from Jacob and other experienced engineers. Tom understood that this was no time for ego or pride. It was a time to unite and find the best possible solution for the project. After days of relentless effort, Tom and his team finally identified the source of the malfunction and proposed a fix. He presented the solution to the leadership team and received their approval. The team immediately set to work repairing the system and bringing it back online. After days of intense work, the system was restored to normal operation, and the project timeline was back on track. When everything had stabilized, Elon Musk visited the factory to assess the situation. He learned about the crisis and how Tom and his team had overcome it. Elon called Tom into his office and publicly commended him in front of the team. "Tom," Elon said, "you've proven yourself to be a true leader. Not everyone can maintain composure and find solutions when faced with a crisis. You've done an excellent job." Elon's praise felt like a validation of Tom's relentless efforts. Tom was filled with pride, knowing that all his struggles, from the initial challenges, the pressure, and the unwavering determination, had culminated in well-deserved success. He realized that the road ahead would still be long and filled with challenges, but he was ready to face them all, believing firmly that no obstacle was insurmountable as long as one refused to give up. After overcoming the crisis and successfully completing the major SpaceX project, Tom deeply realized the importance of support from his team and those who had believed in him. One evening, after returning home and sitting down with his family for a warm dinner, Tom shared his thoughts with Maria. He said, "I think I need to do something to help people like I was before, those who are struggling to find their way in the dark, waiting for someone to guide them." Maria smiled and placed her hand on his. "I'll always support you, Tom. You've been through so much, and I believe your story can inspire so many others." Her words ignited a stronger resolve in Tom's heart. He decided not to stop at just excelling in his work, but to make a difference in his community. Tom began participating in charitable activities and sharing his story. He reached out to unemployment support centers and community organizations where people were facing struggles similar to those he had once endured. He told them about his failures, his moments of loss and despair, and how he found a new path and overcame it all. Tom didn't hesitate to talk about the help he received from Elon Musk and how a small act of kindness from a stranger could change someone's life. He recounted the chance encounter at the gas station and the conversation that opened a door of hope for him. He wanted to convey the message that no one is left behind if we are willing to help one another. Everyone has the potential to change their life if given the opportunity and the belief that they can. After participating in various charitable activities, Tom's story gradually spread and inspired many people. One day, Tom received an invitation from a community organization to be a speaker at a seminar. They wanted him to share his journey with a large audience, including individuals facing difficulties and those in need of encouragement to not give up hope. The seminar was held at a large community center, attended by hundreds of people, unemployed individuals, those struggling financially, and young students seeking motivation in life. As Tom stepped onto the stage, he saw countless hopeful eyes looking up at him, waiting for his words. He felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders and knew he had to speak with honesty and from the heart. Tom began his story by recounting the difficult days, the sleepless nights filled with financial pressure and unemployment. He spoke about the sense of helplessness, as if he were drowning in darkness with no way out. His heartfelt words brought a hush over the room, with many moved to tears as they listened to his struggles. Then Tom shared his encounter with Elon Musk, explaining how Elon had helped him rediscover hope and belief in himself. He emphasized, "No one succeeds without facing failure. The key is not to give up and to always believe that you deserve a second chance." Tom's sincerity and the conviction in his voice awakened something within the audience. Applause erupted across the hall, and Tom knew he had achieved what he set out to do: inspire those who needed it most. After the seminar, many people approached Tom to thank him for sharing his story. A young man, who appeared to be going through tough times, said to Tom, "You've made me believe that I can change my life. Thank you for not giving up and for giving me the motivation to keep going." Tom felt a deep sense of warmth and fulfillment, knowing that what he was doing was meaningful and worth every effort. After the seminar, Tom continued to participate in community and charitable activities. He became one of the inspirational speakers at various events, from universities to organizations supporting workers. Tom realized that his life held meaning not only when he succeeded in his career, but also when he could help others find hope. Tom's work at Tesla and SpaceX also progressed well. He was entrusted with more significant projects and continued to give his best effort. Whenever he faced challenges, Tom would reflect on his journey and draw strength to keep striving. He also made an effort to support and mentor new colleagues, sharing valuable lessons and experiences he had gained. Tom's family was also enjoying a new, happy chapter in their lives. Maria, his wife, could now freely run her bakery without worrying about finances. Her small bakery had become a familiar spot in the neighborhood, a place where people came not only to buy baked goods, but also to share stories and connect. Tom's children grew up surrounded by love and a sense of pride in their father. To them, Tom was not just a hardworking parent but also a hero. One evening, As the family sat together in the living room, Maria looked at Tom and said, "You've given our family a new future, Tom. I'm so proud of you and everything you've done." Tom looked at his wife and children, his heart full of happiness. He knew that his journey was far from over, but he was no longer afraid. He was confident he could face any challenge because he had his family and companions by his side. One day, Tom received an invitation to attend a high-level leadership meeting at Tesla and SpaceX. He arrived with a mix of excitement and curiosity. During the meeting, Elon Musk stood before everyone and spoke about the company's achievements over the past years. Then, he called Tom's name, asking him to stand. Elon looked at Tom with pride and said, "Tom is a prime example of perseverance. He has overcome challenges, continuously learned, and proven that anyone can achieve remarkable things if given the opportunity and belief." The room erupted in enthusiastic applause. Tom was taken aback and deeply moved. He had never imagined receiving such recognition from Elon Musk and the entire Tesla and SpaceX team. After the meeting, Elon invited Tom to a private conversation. Elon told Tom that he wanted him to take on a new leadership role at SpaceX, overseeing a critical department in the rocket development project. Tom could hardly believe his ears. A man who had once been unemployed and hopeless was now being invited to take a leadership position at one of the most advanced technology companies in the world. It was a dream come true. Tom thanked Elon for his trust and for giving him this opportunity. He knew this marked a new beginning, a new journey filled with challenges but also immense potential. Tom was no longer the man struggling to find his way in the dark. He had become someone capable of paving the way for others. Tom's life continued with new successes, but he never forgot his past or the people who had helped him along the way. He knew his journey was far from over, but with faith, determination, and compassion, nothing was impossible. Tom looked toward the future, a bright and promising future, where he could continue to contribute, help, and inspire others, just as Elon Musk had done for him.